to be or not to be.
And welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. As you'll notice by our scrambly background at the moment, we're still in the midst of setting up. Unfortunately, one of the miracles of modern technology is we get to play from the Toronto area all the way down to Texas. It is wonderful. Unfortunately, well, the weather may be fine here. The weather in Texas is pretty bad right now, and because of that, some of our players are in and out. So, we are going to be doing something a little different tonight because we're not able to get a full cast. Shauna, how's it going?
Was
I
that
don't know. I
was
can't
that
see
the
anything, so I
outside?
don't know. I thought I was pushing the button so I could see myself. I'm not used to this mobile feature. So yeah, I'm tuning in through or channeling in through my phone. So yeah.
All right. So, to our viewer, to Jane specifically, please let us know how we might be able to entertain you this evening. If you'd like to see just some basic role play or some improv shenanigans, or if
I'm not taking off my shirt. Not again. Mm-mm.
all right,
I
let's
didn't
see
get.
if we can
I
make
didn't.
Charlie take off his shirt.
I didn't. I didn't get paid for it the last time. It's not happening again.
I don't see that under the list of improv choices.
Yeah, it's not on the it's on the flip side of the contract, written in
Oh,
invisible ink.
Yeah.
all right.
That was the Futurama joke? Everybody must perform topless if requested, and it is requested. All right, Jane's asking for
Let
some
me know if
blood
it.
sport. So
I'm too new to be requested.
All right, so I'm gonna try once more to do this set up. So whose boxes just got shifted around? So Shauna needs the filter applied, and we've got to this. Oops, nuts. No. Now Kurt and Charlie have changed places.
Would it be better if I turned off my video? Or is it going to
No,
screw it up regardless of whether I come in and out?
it's always gonna move it around whether you're coming in and out. But we'll see if we can have won't hold everyone here for more than an hour. We'll see what happens. See what happens. All right, so I'm gonna request all the players introduce themselves, starting with Kurt and ending with Tim. Uh, as I just kind of keep doing my thing in the background. Don't mind me.
Hi, I'm Kurt, and it's been 72 hours since I slapped a coworker.
Hey, Kurt. We're proud of you. That's like twice as long as last time.
Yeah,
You were doing so good, right?
last one was. I'm not gonna lie, it feels good when you do it, and it's not something
Yeah.
it's not
Well,
something that's supposed to make you feel good, but
yeah. Well, we're working on it, right?
yeah,
That's what these meetings are for.
yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. I see you. I appreciate you. You with
That's
your
just
not with your not hitting coworkers.
that's the same thing the supervisor said when last time I did it. I see you.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, one day at a time, right? Anyway, I'm Charlie. I'm the one slowly working my way toward diabetes. Um, um, yeah, that's about it, really. I try to bring Kurt back from the brink, and if he ever goes one step too far, I just kind of give him a shove. That way he just dives in with both feet, rather than just stumbling in like the Canadian government.
What? Have you
Hmm?
have you remembered to hydrate?
I have an energy drink. That counts, right?
You really are on the way to diabetes. I understand. You know,
Uh-huh.
sugar
Zero
free,
sugar.
zero sugar. I see. So you're taking the good way. You're like a fat bitch at McDonald's ordering 5 cheeseburgers and a diet soda.
Damn right. Weirdest thing I've ever seen at a fast food joint, though. Apparently, this guy came into a KFC, ordered a 24-piece bucket, and then sat down in the restaurant and ate it all. Now, this normally wouldn't bother me, but he did it without a drink.
Oh,
Oh.
oh.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what gets everybody. It's like, oh no,
Yeah.
no, you have to, buddy. Don't do it.
Have you ever seen that meme
Jane,
where it's
alcohol is the best hydration?
Have you ever seen that meme of that guy at KFC and he's got the bucket and he's at the soda
Sir?
machine?
Sir?
I see nothing wrong with that.
I would love to go and try and do that just to watch what they would say.
These days, they
I
probably
ordered a
wouldn't care.
large. I ordered a large. You had.
They don't pay them enough to care.
Yeah. I think the only thing that would really piss them off if it was a worker who had just changed out the syrup and come walking out and saw it, be like, "Oh, come on, I just changed that."
Yeah.
If I was a worker, I'd just look at my coworkers and be like, "I changed the last one. Can you change this one?" Oddly enough, I'm going on break.
How about that?
Goes alongside the part of the day when I don't give a shit. Damn the snake.
I remember back when I was a busboy, my first job, I worked at a little mom and pop barbecue restaurant, and we had these totes. The top tote was for plates, dishes, bowls, all that stuff. The middle one was for all the cups, and the bottom was for all the liquid that went in the cups. Well, we had to take that bottom one and empty it out back there in the dish room. Well, one night we're super busy, and I come walking through there, and I had that bottom one in my hand. It was super full, so I'm trying to hustle a little bit too. And I come around the corner. How the restaurant was set up was like you walk in, there was the hostess station. Everything off to the left was like the smaller dining room. It was all tile over here, and that was the entrance over to the server station and all the cooks, the prep, getting the food ready. And then off to the right was the big dining area. Well, I come up from the big dining area, and I go to make that curve to go straight on back to like the restrooms and everything. And off to the back, very end of that hallway to the left was the dish room. Well, as I come around, the left handle decides to go and break. It spills. I hit it, and I can't stop myself. And my momentum, I slip, fall on my back, and people are literally get this show of sitting there eating and watch me go sliding by on the tile on my back going.
Are you enjoying your food?
Yeah, so I got one for you. I was working at this little we call it the drive-in. It was a burger joint. And one of the owner's daughters, she got really mad at me and some of the other teenagers working there because we'd sneak into the cooler and suck all the air out of the whipped cream cans. So whenever she'd go to make a sundae for somebody, she'd pour it and it would just ooze out, and she'd just slam it in the trash. Go, shit! Y'all better stop getting.
Okay, whenever she sat there and said we would go back into the freezer where we would suck, it's like, okay, wait a minute, yeah, it's starting to go somewhere.
No.
I worked at Taco Bell. We worked late night shift. All the time people would come, we'd go up and hang out on the roof and just sit there late nights and everything, and then somebody would come pulling up to the menu board, and all of a sudden you'd get like three teenagers come sliding down and everything, doing this, going, hang on, we'll be right with you. And
That's
It's like
fun when they
car pulls up, someone from the roof. What?
Like, what do you want?
Hey, Shauna, you're back.
I'm back. Yay. My
We'll
internet
see.
is back up.
All right. That being said, still, we're going to,
Thank
just
God.
gonna quickly readjust you. Now you're really stretched out. But I would like to have Tim, our newest judge, who's been thrown into kind of a muddy a muddy situation here. I would love for you to introduce yourself, please, to the cast who doesn't quite know you yet, and to our viewers.
All right. I'm gonna have to back up, I guess. I can't. I have very little flexibility on this table, unfortunately. I'm a voice actor slash fire inspector who is currently trying to sort out what to do after getting back from Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
And I was asked to do this test tonight, and I will do my absolute best. I think I've found a system that'll work. Uh, and that's me in a nutshell. Don't really.
You're gonna fit right in, man.
yeah.
'Cause
As
this
you
is
can
a-
see by what's
This is a
going on, this is
dumpster fire waiting to happen. You happen to be a fire. It's gonna be amazing.
Okay, now. I keep need to readjust this chat box. There we go. All right, I'm done. Whatever happens, happens at this point. So, our wonderful viewer has requested some blood sport. So, I would like to know if Shauna, if you think your internet connection is stable.
I'm gonna go on YouTube and find the montage song from Bloodsport. Hang on.
Who?
What'd you say?
With being, if your internet connection is stable, I was going to say we could do something that's maybe part of the main campaign, but with
Sure.
2 players down, not sure if I want to do that because
Okay.
there are some pivotal things. But I'd like to know what would everybody like to do. There are some more playtest things that I've been meaning to experiment with that might be able to give us some blood sport. What's everybody thinking? You want to go with experimental stuff, or just do some trial battles in fantasy grounds? What would everybody like to do?
Well, experimental stuff always does sound fun.
All right.
Okay. Well, if we're gonna do that, then we need to have safe words. Because that's not gonna happen. What happened last time, where I didn't end up in a shirt and I was just here in fishnets singing show tunes, is not happening again. Kurt.
I mean,
Hey, that you doing the Phantom of the Opera is still one of our most watched shorts. No, Kayla, that was not Nickelback. It was Phantom of the Opera. A wonderful. That was wonderful. Kayla, we miss you. We hope we have you back someday.
I'm gonna. I think what I want to do is I want to try and get a hold of Anthony Vincent. He's on he's on YouTube. He's the guy that does the 10 styles, songs in 10 styles, where you ask him to do a song in another style.
Oh, nice.
I genuinely now want to hear how Nickelback would sing the Phantom of the Opera. So I may try to send him a link and just, so this happened. I would like to hear it by a professional.
there is a movie out there, an older one. It was basically a rock version of Phantom of the Opera called Phantom of the Paradise. I don't know if you ever heard of
I've
it.
seen that movie.
Yeah,
That is nuts. I mean,
that
I
is an
loved
old one,
it.
but a good one.
Yeah.
What day is it? Thursday. Today is Thursday.
All right, so let's see what we can
It's
do
Saturday.
Oh, there's already blood. That's great. That's like
here. Exactly.
fun.
All right, so are you able to sign into Fantasy Grounds from there,
Oh,
Shauna? Or
yeah, I
no?
totally forgot I should do that. My bad.
No, it's all good.
Yup.
Oh my gosh.
All right, and so I'm just gonna quickly plop, plop, plop everybody down on this old map. And
We've been here before.
we have been here before.
I could have swore we were just with giants, and now we're back somewhere where we were before. Nanner's lied to me. Those mushrooms and that stew were the fun kind, not wow. She lied to me.
She get you to eat vegetables again?
Yeah.
Sorry. Not really, but still.
She had a carrot in the middle of my turkey leg one time. That was a
Was that what you said? Why is this bone orange? I had no idea what was going on.
yeah, everybody was looking at me like I'm stupid as hell. I'm sitting there, I said, why is this bone orange? And you all just sat there and stared at me. I was like, no, I'm being serious. And you all just kept looking at me like I was like, never mind. I'm just gonna eat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'd give a setting, but it seems like you all have kind of thought of one. So one of the things I was looking to play test was I've been working on things mechanically. And for Charlie, you'd be familiar with the simplicity of the fate system, but also with I didn't want to simply switch over to the fate system. Want to keep playing Pathfinder, but try to simplify it a little bit to utilize, like right now you guys have a lot of skills and spells and feats and stuff that never get a chance to see the light of day. So essentially what I was thinking about doing was simplifying some of the attributes. Oh, who's messaging me?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Will do. Oops. How do I close the chat? Used to be a way for me to, like, actually do the pop-out chat, and anyway. Boop. That's not what I wanted. Show meeting windows. Hide this floating meeting control. There we go. So if, going forward, if any of the players try to message me, might be best if you use Discord. So things that are essentially using your just strength, dex, your key attributes, and that relies more on improv.
Powered by the Apocalypse is good.
Mechanically, that is how the wife describes the sex. Thank you, Jane. Well done, Jane. You get a rose.
Jane gets a rose for referring to it as the sex. It's just
The sex. Are we going to make the sex?
Oh, mercy.
I think
Right,
James actually won a game once by the question was like, name something you would say after dramatically throwing a scarf over your shoulder. And his was, and now we shall make the sex. And all I heard was Antonio Banderas. I don't know why, but it was just like, and now we shall make the sex.
All right. All right, so we're going to start things up. You're all just kind of... So, how much more do I need to reiterate? Sorry, my brain, not high functioning tonight. So, after our last play test with Shauna, Charlie, and Alexander, we were having some fun with the improv games, and I think it's easier to adjust the mechanics to suit the improv games. So we're just going to play test some stuff where you guys just focus on improvising, and I will kind of tell you what to roll. And I'm just going to make some notes as we go. But so yeah, you guys can't see this Frankenstein's monster at the moment. Or at least I'm going to pretend you can't. And you guys are, yeah, all just sitting around a campfire, enjoying some tarts.
I was gonna say, is Vlas taking a leak by the bush because he was really close to it, so he might be able to peek around and see it.
Don't look at me.
Don't, he gets so ridiculously shy. It's so weird.
Might get a UTI. So these tarts are really good after you warm them up on the fire. Here you go. You can have some
Thank you.
to help you on your diabetes journey.
Thank you. I have no idea what it is, but I heard a healer talking about it once, and it sounded fantastic.
Mm.
Yeah.
Probably how they make money. Have to have something to heal, you know.
Yeah.
Could be one of those. Could be one of those diet things. Whatever supposed to help you get skinny. Whatever, because it starts diet.
And our first improv game, worst thing to find when eating a tart.
Hmm.
Feel
Red.
free to there we go.
That would be bad.
Mm. Mm. Oh God. Oh my God.
Oh.
I am so sorry. I almost ate this worm. Why does he have glasses?
I'm not sure.
Can anyone speak to animals?
I can. Is that Herman?
This is Herman? I thought that was made up.
No, it's Herman the
I am
worm. Yeah.
so sorry. Bugger.
Yeah.
My
What the hell were
question
you
is,
doing in a turt?
He
yeah,
was hungry, I guess.
Well, yeah, but they put a flag in it, something. Geez, what do you?
He said
what do you
next time he'll try to carry one, but it's hard to without any arms or
Well,
thumbs.
you didn't really have to carry it. Just put it in the tart. That way we know this is Herman's tart. No one picks
Yeah,
it
and
up.
since I brought the tarts, I should have done that for him. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry,
It's all
Herman.
right. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe we should just get Herman a special like its own pouch.
Right, with little mini tarts. That would be
Right.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll just back to here. Sorry, Herman.
Thank
See
you.
the inside of my mouth.
All right, now, Flash, you're enjoying a delicious tart when all of a sudden.
hey,
Hmm.
did we get these from that shopkeep that was hard of hearing?
Maybe.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure this is a turd, not a tart.
Oh, come on. Is it nutty?
Oh.
No, but it does smell like shit. See, Aaron.
Hmm. I smell no difference from usual.
I mean, you just had a bath, Blas. So I think you did you get into it again already after your yearly?
We're talking about his breath, not his normal body odor. His body odor is
Well, I mean,
fantastic.
you know,
since
you
he had his
say that
bath.
upper lip. That's what's smelling your upper lip. Have you heard of that?
No.
You've
You
never
know what?
heard that saying? Okay, well,
You know what?
yeah.
Whichever one it is. Oh well. Protein.
Mm.
I'm like 95% sure that was a chunk of shit.
And when I thought I couldn't throw up again.
Yep.
Showed you.
Now, Selena, you're a little bit wary as you consume the last of your tarts, but in it you find
My vomit. I puked
Well done.
twice and I accidentally landed.
Well done. All right, now Tim. Tim and Jane in our chat. If you could let us know, either with a thumbs up or a yes in the chat, if that scene tickled your fancy, and if so, it's going to adjust a new system or a new aspect of the system called the scene value. Now, Tim, feel free to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you thought they could have done better.
Where is mine? Oh, I gotta get it. There we go. Thumbs up.
Excellent. Okay, so now the scene value is 1. So that means in any dice rolls, you all get to add. You can dip down a little modifier box here and add a +1 to that roll. And as the scene value goes up, your rolls, of course, are more impactful. And Charlie gets another rose, which will also have a different value. As we go, so you all start with 1 rose, but instead of being used as a reroll, I'm thinking about using it to push it up, push the impact of it by another dice type, but I'll get to that in a moment. So, you all finish off these tarts. Selena, you clean the vomit out of it when there's a rustling from the trees beside you.
I swear, Blas, if you pissed on another porcupine, I'm going to be so upset.
Hey, I was watching this time.
I'd like to speak with the plants, please. Yeah.
All right. Selena.
How do you want me to initiate this? Like, if I want to do a spell, I click the deal and it popped up on the chat here. Is that how you want me to initiate, or do I still need to verbally tell you I'd like to do this or that?
I think for this, so long as it's feasible, I'd say you can just either inform your party members, or you can just start doing it by saying like, "Oh, plants, what hast thou seen?" But let me quickly check this spell because
I just saw it and now it's gone. Because I just clicked on it and now it's gone.
Oh yeah, so now it's counted as cast. So let me quickly speak with plants. There we go. So
oh, there it is.
This requires traits. Oh, it doesn't require any sort of like grandiose no verbal components or anything. It's just you can talk to plants and fungi. But it doesn't make them more friendly or intelligent than normal. So for this, it's probably easier if you just start speaking to the plants. You can just, or you can inform your party members, like, hold up, let me ask the grass. If there's some way you can find a way in, like, your character doesn't need to announce it, just starts doing it.
Okay.
And then,
Oi, Bush! What did Blas eat last night? I'm just kidding.
Let's see. Blas had, and then the bush sort of shimmies around. Blas had a carrot, and his body didn't like it very much. It really did a number on his system.
Oh, I'm so sorry you had to endure all that. Is there anything we need to know about this area, Mr. Bush?
Well, yeah. There's lots of things you need to know about this area. For example, there's lots of big things that come stomping around, and they like to pull out the roots, and I don't like it very much.
Uh-oh.
Hey, do you want to hang out sometime?
Sure. After, after we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very
Cool.
much.
So, Selena, while you speak to the bush, Aridin and Vlas, I'm going to get some perception checks from you. So
What?
I just, Jane made a joke about, I said you can speak to plants or fungi. You can always speak to fun guys. They speak common. Well
Nice.
met. All right, so, yeah, Arid and Vlas, Selena's talking to the bushes. You see something peering at you, something large from the boughs. It would appear it's trying to hide itself, but is not doing so well.
Aaron, you see what I'm seeing?
I mean, that giant bastard hiding behind the bush?
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe he's nice. He's hiding. What if he's nice?
I'm not saying he's not. Could be. Let's find out. Oi, prick!
Yep. Great way to find out if someone's nice. Yep.
Yeah. Right. Way to make sure you're on that side of nice, right?
There's a pained roar as this thing moves out into the open. This thing stands nearly 10 feet tall.
Whoa.
Its
Well,
body
you are
looks like a
Lu-
gangrenous wound, crudely stitched up.
Oh.
you are looming. Hello.
Hi.
You want to talk?
All right. You hold out the tart, and it approaches rapidly.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, hey, no, 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 no,
And
no,
it
hey.
swipes it out of your hand.
Yeah, I guess he
And-
must have been hungry.
Aridin, you realize, as he retches, he grabbed the tart that had vomit on it.
Ah. That one's probably gone. That one's probably gone bad. Why don't we get you another one?
This thing bellows, Aridin, and as you bend down to get another one, it grabs you.
Oh no.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, put him down. Put him
Aridin,
down.
give me a strength check as this thing just grabs onto you. All right. You're able
Hey!
to shake yourself free.
No.
You all right?
I'm fine. Just getting handsy.
Yeah.
Just getting another tart.
Yeah, he's,
I mean, admittedly, that was the one that had vomit in it. I understand the reaction. Right. Try this one.
He grabs it, and he begins mashing it into his face. Now, Selena, we're gonna go to a flashback about. Now, tell me, did you make these tarts yourself, or did you buy them?
Yes. It's a mixture because I didn't have enough for the trip, so I went and bought some.
Okay, so Selena, we're going to do a flashback. Going to go back in time to the merchant that you bought these from. Merchant's going to be played by Vlas. And so, Aridin, you and Selena are walking around in the bowels of Gertie's shop because it's extra dimensional space. And there's a full-on bazaar going on there.
How did I don't
Tots!
even know?
Tots, get your tots here! Tots!
Look, I
So-
only had 2. I'm sorry, I got hungry. Look,
No, it's fine. Are we picking up tots or the ingredients for tots?
well, since we're in a time crunch, I figured it'd just be better to pick them up already made.
All right.
Tots, get your tots here. The tartest tots you'll ever have.
The tartest tarts that ever tarted, huh?
Yep.
What flavors do you have?
Oh, we have every
If he
We have-
says tot, I'm going to be very upset.
flavor you can think of, including a new flavor. It's a tot inside of a tot. Tastes just like a tot.
Naturally.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll take 5 of your apple, please.
5 apple, there we go. Yes. Would you like red or green?
A mixture of both. Just surprise
What?
me. That's all right.
Why would it? You skin the apples before you put them in the tots, right?
Yeah.
Then why the fuck would it color matter? I don't understand the.
Oh, I thought
It's
he
an
was just
apple.
like telling me the kind of flavor, like if it's Granny Smith or if it's Red Delicious or,
It's an apple.
Right, but they have a different flavor, thus a different color before peeling it.
Yeah.
Not from my neck of the woods. They were all red.
Oh, wow. Looks like you're traveling with a tart yourself. There you go.
Don't tip him.
Well, I was gonna put it on Vlas's credit card anyway.
All right, so now we're gonna see the quality of these tarts with a. So Tim, I'm gonna get you to pick a number between 1 and 10, and I'm gonna roll a d10, and depending on how close we get, is the quality of these tarts.
6.
Oh God, 6 exactly.
Oh!
These happen to be as we go back to the monster eating his tart, and his eyes light up. He looks like a kid that's had sugar for the first time,
The hell did I give?
and a big smile spreads across his face.
Please don't tell me those were the tot flavored tots.
They were the green
Oh.
ones, maybe.
Oh, how would you even?
You bought
Hey,
tot flavored tarts?
And Tim and chat, if we can get a tartly tarts made by a tart. Thank you. If we get a thumbs up, scene value goes up. Or if we get a thumb down, scene value goes down.
Give him another tot.
All right, scene value set at 2.
Yeah, because I dropped some on accident while we were walking, and some I didn't drop, apparently.
So he sits himself down, this hunk of something, and gonna get you all to make either wisdom or intelligence rolls. You can add your +2 as well.
I don't know if he's going to be very intelligent, not to judge or anything, but I don't have intelligence. Where's my intelligence?
Uh,
That was a good
on the
wisdom
main
score
page,
too.
just says
and-
int.
Oh, there it is. Found it.
Yeah.
I have a good wisdom score too. The roll was just crap.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Vlas, this thing to you, Vlas, just looks like a mess. Aridin, you're noticing this thing. At first, when you saw it, your first guess was this thing was wounded, but now you're seeing no. This thing is, it's a living corpse. And you, based on your stories, you've never seen one. You've heard your parents talk about wizards and artificers who could stitch dead things together and bring it back to life. Now, Selena, being a cleric, you know quite a bit about flesh golems. They are essentially Frankenstein's monster. They are soulless entities that are made from dead matter that has been preserved, which is why its arms don't match. It looks slightly gangrenous. It's held together with stitches. And you recognize that this thing looks afraid and angry as it sits there munching on your tarts.
He reminds me of one that was made with the brain from a person named Abby. Abby Normal. And it was quite odd.
All right. Shauna, I'm giving you a rose for that. You have 2 roses.
So, I've heard of wizards and the like being able to make things like this, but they were always automatons. They were always just tell them to do a thing, and like a very simple task, and they'll do the simple task. Like that's it. This thing is enjoying food.
Right. So it's because of that Abby brain that it has a little bit of normalcy compared to the ones that are just straight zombies.
Normal.
Abby, someone.
Yeah.
What part of this is normal?
Abby, normal.
That yeah. That it's enjoying something that's not violent or just carnal. You know what I mean?
Speaking of that, it has completely emptied out this package of 12 tartly flavored Tartley's Tart Tarts. The tartiest of the tarts.
Now, I don't know what it'll do if it's hungry still. I guess we'll find out.
This thing locks eyes with you because you still smell like vegetables and dirt.
Someone
It starts getting uncomfortably close.
Put an abnormal brain and a 5.5 foot wide, 400-pound gorilla.
Right. Somebody was dumb enough to do that. Correct.
Flass,
and
it grabs you.
And these are all.
Okay, no, you gotta buy me a drink first, pal.
These and wait, these are all different things that it's stitched together with, right?
Yeah. There's a thread, kind of like a sweater.
Hey, Blast. Does he have the strength of 10 men? I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and I guarantee it's gonna feel like I'm getting gangbanged by 10 men if he has his way with me.
Vlas, he rips your backpack, or your satchel off your belt. Sorry, not your backpack.
Right.
The same satchel that has all your gold.
I'm going to confuse him, so maybe he'll drop you, okay?
And he kind of begins mulching this bag, spilling your gold as he reaches for the jerky and trail rations that you normally keep on hand.
Hey!
Huh.
So he's legitimately hungry. It's not like he's just going to eat whatever's around him. He knows what food is, which is kind of fascinating, really.
Well, I mean, it's also good. It
Yeah.
means that means he bypassed. I mean, I understand the urge to not put glass in your mouth, but I mean, he doesn't see us as food, so that's good.
Right, but what do we do whenever he's out of food?
Oh, that was a nut and berry
Maybe he'll
mix
take
made
a
by
nap.
Nanners.
Yes.
Well,
Nana's
she'll
always
make you
has a-
another one. It's fine.
Well, Nana's can make a sleeping potion like she did for Vlas.
I'm gonna just like go into the camping stuff and take out like a big bowl and put my rations and like sprinkle Werther's on it and just like and just put another and like get another bowl and empty a water skin into it and just as we're talking, just setting this up in front of it. But look, I don't know. Maybe one of us should go hunting, maybe drag some game back. If it drops into a food coma. Like what?
All right, Charlie. As you put this together, give me a either an intelligence or a wisdom check. I'll allow as you're trying to make this either look appealing or being comfort food.
I mean, it's Werther's. It can be.
So yeah, Vlas, he kind of shunts you aside, and this thing sits itself down, and Eridan, it kind of devours your offering in one big swoop.
I would chew. Not all at once, just savor it. Let it just sit in your mouth for a minute. There you go. Now, drink some water. Hydrate.
Eridan, if you want to try to coax this thing, you will have to give me a charisma check, please.
Oh, don't worry. I'm
Charisma, or may I use diplomacy?
I'm gonna use diplomacy.
Now I'll get you to I guess I need to add more bonuses before we go right to the stat checks. So for now, either use a stat or a skill. So feel free to use diplomacy. You already have bonuses in that.
I am trained in diplomacy, so.
Because that's where thinking about the fate system, just to comment on our mechanics a little bit. You would have fate gives bonuses for specific instances. Like, are you trying to talk to somebody? Then you add a +2 to your charisma roll, or your what was it? Flashy?
I'll just pick up the bowl.
Anyway.
I'll just pick up the bowl of water and like take a sip out of it. Hydrate. You'll eat less. None. Keep trying to tell Vlas this. I would like to have one person listen.
All right. So let's see. Okay. Unfortunately for you, Eridan, he just kind of ignores you. And just scarfs it all down in one go.
Well,
and
same
Eridan,
shit, different person, I suppose.
like Vlas, he starts getting very handsy with you, sniffing the air and trying to find a source of food.
I put all my food in the bowl. You just scoffed it.
All right, and Eridan, he just shunts you over.
Now look.
See, doesn't feel too good, does it?
And Selena, he's got his eyes on you now.
Just empty the bag.
Is there any way? Does healing hands do anything for enemies?
Do you have a spell that like creates food?
Well, no, I was just trying
actually,
to.
I'm just gonna interrupt here for a moment because this is something that I wanted to experiment with. So Selena, if you have magic, it's within the healing domain. It might not work, but I want to see if we can simply improvise spells. You state your intention, we do the roll, and then there are, results and consequences, which is kind of mixing from another system of like, it works, but, only to this amount, or it doesn't work and you suffer exhaustion from it and you can't cast another spell for a little bit, etc., but essentially, you have magic, it's within the healing domain. State what you want to do, state how you're going to do it, and then you can kind of, this is how you can use your roses. You currently have 2 roses to add to the impact, and we'll see what happens. So just please state what it is you want to do with healing hands.
So I'd like to use healing hands and approach him very slowly and cautiously and just run my fingers through his long hair and see if I can just help heal his brain.
All right. Well, with your check, you know that he has, like, healing his brain is going to, that would be something beyond your skill set, at least at this
Well, shit.
juncture. You might be able to take, thank you, Jane, high risk versus high reward. I think there is, I heard that system being used on, I forget exactly what it's called, but, like, if you use, like, risk die, and the more risky it is, the more dice you get to use, but if you roll low, the consequences go higher. It's on the podcast My Brother and Me in their current system, where they're in the old amusement park. I don't know what it's called, but I've been kind of, if you pardon the pun, Frankensteining a lot of things I like about other systems to use for this. I do like D20 systems, but we'll see what comes out. So that description, in my opinion, is exactly something you could use your magic to do. You're attempting to calm somebody. Essentially, you're using the ability to heal, the soothing healing factor to essentially augment what would normally be a diplomacy check. So for this, you cast a spell, and it's going to be versus this thing's will DC. So please feel free to roll a d20, add the +2 for the scene modifier, add your, or I guess make a charisma, or no, sorry, for you it's a wisdom. Let me go to main page. So you're making a wisdom roll, you're adding 2 for the scene, and then if it doesn't work, you can use a rose to add to the roll. I'm gonna say you get to add for every rose you spend, it adds 5 to the result. And I'm gonna experiment with that tonight and kind of see if it works.
So put 2 in the modifier and then roll wisdom.
Correct.
Got it.
All right, Selena, you can. This thing is just still kind of sniffing around. You know that it's close, but it's not quite. It's not quite there. You're not quite reaching him.
So I'll use a rose
All right.
and see if I
So-
can do it again.
No, you don't have to
Or
roll
would you
again.
just-
That's just adding. At this point, it's just adding 5 to the roll,
Oh.
5 to the result, and
Got
in that case, you focus your will a little bit more intensely, and he suddenly
Come on.
begins to calm down, and his breath
Go.
slows.
There you go. There you go. You're all right. You're all right. You're fine. Yeah, there you go.
Selena, unexpectedly, this thing kind of leans into you. 700 pounds of very, very sad meat behemoth
Oh my
begins
gosh.
weeping onto your shoulder.
It's all right. It's okay. You're lucky I'm a horse. I can hold you up. It's all right. Come on. You'll be right. What's going on? Can you tell me? Can you talk to me?
It does nothing but make guttural noises and grunts. And Aridin and Vlas, you're just looking on as this poorly made ogre of an entity just cries into Selena's shoulder.
I believe I speak for everyone when I say, with emphasis on the H. What?
I don't. I like do. I was gonna say let's kill it, but now I'd feel bad if we killed it.
Right? Does it have a? It's gonna sound bad, but does it have a collar? A name tag, maybe?
Well, maybe we could still
It
kill
says
it and
Steve
put
on
it.
his shirt. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Did he steal that shirt?
I don't
This
know.
this,
Maybe.
this shirt fits him.
Oh yeah.
Like, look at it. This was tailor made for someone this big with. And you notice that parts of the rib cage are a little like smaller
Yeah.
than the other. This was specifically made for him. Whoever made this made a calligraphied name tag for Steve.
All
And
right,
spelt
and now
Steve
we're actually
wrong.
going to pause there and go to another flashback as we can we go to the kind of person that would make this. So, to set our cast, we are going to have. I would like to see Eridan as the brave. You can choose wizard or mad doctor. Chris as the assistant, and then sorry, Kurt as the assistant, and then Shauna as the interrupting lawman or angel of reason that comes in when you feel it's necessary. And scene.
I am thinking something passionate and both alarming and heroic. Yes, yes. I will call him Steve. No, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. So many ideas.
Steve, my lord? Steve?
What's wrong with Steve? I see nothing wrong with Steve.
I mean,
We
doesn't.
will spell it differently. Instead, he is no pedestrian Steve. We will spell it with like steam, but with a V at the end. No M.
Steve.
STAV. Oh yes, the calligraphy will be perfect. Perfect, I think. ST at the A will lead into the V. It will look beautiful. Make the name tag. Make it.
Steve. Steve. And
Yeah.
people say I'm the crazy one. I'm the weird one.
Yeah. No,
I
and
work
then
for a man who creates a giant monster and he names him fucking Steve.
he is not a monster. He will be a hero.
He sure looks like one.
And unlike the others, he will not be wearing a cape. So,
No capes.
no capes. Not after the carriage incident. Not again. No. This Steve will be dramatic and heroic. And I will make him this vest. Yes. Oh, beautiful work. Thank you, Christoph. Put this on his vest, and he will look. Oh, look how dashing he looks. His rippling pectoral muscle. Just the one. The other half, the other one, it wasn't from someone who had a rippling pec. He just had kind of a pectoral. It wasn't like bulging. This one was from a farmer. He was very vigorous. Donkey accident. They kill more people than sharks. True story. Now, I decided to solidify. Oh God. Now this Steve, we will set him loose in the wilderness, and he will deal with the goblins and the orcs and all of the things that would burn down this world for their chaos. Yes, Steve will be a hero. And then
Maybe not to make him so evil. Maybe for good, not bad.
Where the fuck is that voice coming from?
Christoph, move.
What?
Just move to this side.
Move to the sides, master. Go ahead.
Thank you. You are blocking the gnome's path. Look, Tiny gnome. I understand you are new, and I understand you are questioning all of this because this is very new to you. I understand. It's working with such genius is often overwhelming. I get it. This is not an evil creature. He may look evil, but he is a hero. A hero that not necessarily the people want, but the one that they need. With his rippling pectoral muscle. Look at this arm, this beautiful arm. Once, this man, he birthed a baby calf with just that one arm. He lost the other one to a farming accident. Very horrible. I do not want to talk about it.
But Steve was also your father's name.
We will not talk about it, will we? No.
And you have one arm that's larger than the other two.
Yes! Yes, I do. And I have done marvelous works with it. Look, this arm, clearly, is one for fine-tuning. It is good for manual labor, for intricate detail. This one is clearly bigger. I understand this. This is for discipline. You think I like having one arm bigger than the other? No.
Right.
Do you also have any idea how difficult it is to find just multiple corpses? And what do you think? I just roll up to a churchyard and be like, "Hey, now that you have finished hanging that criminal, may I harvest its organs?" No, they are for some reason very, very sensitive about the subject.
Now, Christoph, as the master continues to rant about his work, you notice the monster has woken up and is slowly ambling out the door.
No. First, it is, first they have the audacity to ask questions. Like, what do you think? Not now, Christoph. What are you doing with it? First things first, they sit there and they go,
Master.
What are you doing with those
Master.
body parts? Why would I
Master.
want to? Why? Not now,
Master.
Christoph. No, it doesn't understand. I do not
Master.
understand why they have to ask so many
Master.
questions. It's dead. They might as
Master.
well be fertilized, and you're putting it in a fucking box.
Master.
It cannot benefit nothing.
Master.
What?
Your beautiful creation and your hero is leaving out the door.
And now we end that scene. Judges and audience, do we get a thumbs up for that? It got my thumbs up. I like it. All right. Scene value goes up to 3. And so, as this thing weeps on Selena's shoulder, Aridin and Vlas, you hear... Oh, Jane, that is brilliant. We're going to save that for the wrap-up for this scene. And you guys can't see the chat, so you guys don't know what's coming. And so, Aridin Vlas, as you watch this, you hear... Oh, Steve! Steve! Where are you, Steve?
Does that sound like someone's mom yelling?
It's either that or someone got kicked south of the border and is trying to where's it coming from?
Kind of
Is it
sounds
just
like
me?
that.
Is the pitch just kind of throwing off the direction?
Yeah, it kind of sounds like that one guy back home and everything in the village who had that little backdoor club and everything that you had to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was his name again? Christoph?
I think
something?
so.
Did he have a hump? Did he have a
What?
hump on his back?
He had something on his back, that's for sure.
And
I always thought he was just wearing a backpack.
Vlas, from your vantage point, it's a little bit easier
It
to
is.
see. From the woods comes a trio, a rather outlandish-looking doctor, and Christoph, the guy you were just talking about, with a slightly uneasy-looking. Sorry, Shauna, what was the name Charlie gave you?
Christoph.
What
Christoph.
was the name that Charlie gave to Shauna? Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I don't believe I did.
You didn't.
Oh.
No.
So anyway, but the trio we just flashed back to slowly emerges. Ah, there he is. You have found. I just heard Charlie do it, and I can't quite impersonate it. You have found my hero, Steve. I can't thank you enough. Of course, I won't actually be paying you or anything. There was no formal bounty put upon his head, so you'll just give him back. You'll just give him back.
Well, I mean, he's currently weeping on someone's shoulder right now. I wouldn't interrupt that. He also ate a lot of our food.
Yeah.
All of our food,
You
actually.
fed him? No, he is not supposed to ingest foreign substance. He can only have a very specific... And he pulls out these syringes. He can only eat these. They must be injected periodically, or else something terrible will happen.
Oh, well, excuse the fuck out of us. You know, just 10-foot creature come up, start eating our tart-flavored tarts.
You are excused. You are excused. Now, give him back tart-flavored tarts?
I don't honestly. Yeah, it's someone made a tart that had a tart in it, like it was a smaller tart, and it just called it tart flavored tarts. I think his name was Tartley. I don't want to talk about it. It makes me angry. Anyway, this Steve is currently weeping on my friend's shoulder. I would recommend that you just kind of let him get it out of his system, and then we'll just take it from there. And until then, have a seat. I'd offer you some food, but Steve has eaten it.
No, you see, he has to go pillage the village of goblins, and there's not a lot of time. So, you, Horse Maiden, please just fork him over.
Why
Can I do a perception check to see if this guy's a jerk or not?
I mean, yeah. I guess that once upon a time would have been a sense motive check, but now everything, what you ascertain from somebody is just based on perception. So yeah, give me a perception check. Damn. Okay. So Selena, this guy's absolutely a jerk. You're just getting it from his general. He's dismissing everybody, and you can tell specifically from the way Steve is reacting to the sound of this guy's voice.
Look,
Yeah.
He seems to be tensing and wincing and crying.
Clearly,
Even
this
harder.
creature has emotion and apparently been through a lot.
okay. Selena, I am 100% on board. Let's not refer to Steve as the creature, shall we?
Right. Well, I'm half human, half horse, so I'm kind of a creature too. So it wasn't like anything racist.
Right, but I was only just saying because his mouth is roughly neck positioned.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. I got him.
All right. Yeah. Look. Goblin Village.
Thank you, Jane. Sorry, Jane just said jerk, German. It's all the same.
Wow.
Ouch.
Wow.
I apologize to some of my German relatives, but it's a funny play on pun-ish. I don't know, alliteration. Anyway,
Look,
sorry. Please continue.
Goblin Village.
Yes.
What?
I mean, you look like adventuring types, so obviously you know that goblins pose big threat and pillage and burn. So yeah, Steve is created to go and crush the goblins, crush the orcs, and just bring peace to the world. But he is not wearing a cape. Tell him, Christoph.
Okay.
Tell him that he's not.
Did you just hear that, Vlass?
Yeah. Crush the orcs, huh?
Yes.
Didn't you get a new knife, Vlass?
Yeah, actually, I did.
No, you didn't. It was your
Like you
old
did.
knife. It just got cleaned.
Well, okay, look new. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's what happens when you take care of your weapons, Blas. Look,
I'm about to take
mi-
care of something.
look, Mister Doctor, whatever. He clearly doesn't like you, and he clearly doesn't want to go anywhere near you. And honestly, I'm not inclined to give you anything. Um, Based on the racism alone. Honestly, if anything else was that, I was just, yeah, just I want to punch you now, and I
Alright, so
don't know if I'm gonna be able to stop.
I can see that we have an impasse. So, Christoph, bring me the device. And we're gonna start this little one off here. It is now 8:30, and yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Or Jane, thank you for joining us. We have a few other people in, quite a few concurrent viewers, so thank you all for joining us. If you want to say a quick hello, please feel free to do so in chat. Again, this is just a little play test to see how things go, and well, I won't be implementing any big changes immediately. I'm thinking over the next few months I'm going to keep tooling some things, and then we might be I don't think we'll be changing systems, but we're going to be there's going to be much more homebrew elements, especially now that some of our newest recruits have gotten very familiar with the system. So I'd like to be able to do more stuff. Like Shauna, you improvised, a version of Healing Hands that honestly works considering your clerical domain. So now my whole thing is just to find a way for mechanics to make it easier for us to just keep doing what we're doing. And so, yeah. But Tim, I know we weren't getting you to do the full rubric tonight, but any notes you might have made, we'd love to hear them.
I didn't make too many. I was just trying to figure out how this worked and what
Yeah,
it
it's all
was,
good.
and once I figured out to follow the baseline of improv, as improv is and has been for many, many moons, I started to figure it out a little bit more. As far as using the chart to grade people, that was a little bit challenging. Everybody did really well. I noticed that in the beginning, people were kind of falling in and out of character, but as y'all gathered steam, y'all started to, that happened less and less, and it really started to mesh, and it really started to become a lot more funny, a lot more humorous, and it was good. Now, as far as what exactly my role is supposed to be, I'm guessing I'm the one that's supposed to, and the normal base would be the one that's supposed to throw out the different improv things like props,
Yeah.
set the table, stuff like that. Typically, how do you intercede that without interrupting the flow?
That's actually one of the reasons I've been doing it, or getting the players to do it a little bit more often. And one of the things that might change coming up is I'll call for improv challenges, and the players can also just kind of spontaneously do some stuff, and then it'll be the judge's role to kind of like thumbs up or thumbs down. A thumbs down kind of gives me a scene point that I can use for the enemies. So a thumbs down isn't necessarily like they did a bad job. It just means you want to make it more challenging. And a thumbs up keeps giving them scene points, and as the scene value goes up, they just get stronger, essentially. One of the things that I actually borrowed from the Marvel role-playing game, where you can use things from what's called the Doom pool, which I really liked. So as the scene goes on, it's called the Doom pool, but that's just kind of like the narrative. It gets bigger, and you're constantly going against this big pool, or you're trying to subtract from the pool directly to lessen the intensity. We're probably going to end up writing our own RPG system after this, but I'd still like to keep it based on, like, we can use the Pathfinder basics, like the Pathfinder spellbook and the feat list, to build what we want off of it. Like, Vlast, there's a lot of things that for your attacks, which should just be automated. That's the word. Why am I stumbling on that word? Like intimidating glare and stuff. I don't think you need to say that. It should just be, a lot of things are just, if they see you running up, like pushing this guy down and knifing his throat open, you just automatically have an intimidation factor that is going to ripple through. So things like that, I think we should just add into your character's basic works. And yeah, anyway, that's it's gonna take some time, but I think that's kind of the final step in our system. So, but Tim, I also kind of want the judges to be able to have some kind of interaction with some improv challenges, but we'll see where that goes. But is there anything you more you wished you could have done as a judge?
No, I mean, as a judge, you kind of want to step back, I think, in my opinion, because you don't want to disrupt the flow, especially on something that's as complicated as trying to create characters continuously with no script as y'all are doing. So it's quietly kind of trying to, maybe other than inserting maybe the different things, keeping score. That's as a judge, to me, that seems like the right way to go.
All right.
It's just figuring out the best way to score it, so to speak, to where you end up with a result of, because it's so, I don't know what word I'm looking for. It's
Yeah.
so.
That's all good. This is your first night, and I gave you this remastered rubric that has like 20 spaces on it now. I'm wondering if that's why we've lost some judges. Maybe I'm putting
No,
too
it's
much
fine.
weight on
It's
them.
just it's finding out in your brain, from a judge's standpoint, how you fairly document it, so that you come out with a result that's fair, and that just takes learning. So, in my opinion, so. But anyways,
No worries.
yeah,
Well, thank
it
you
was
very much,
fun. It
Tim,
was good.
and excellent. I'm glad you think it's fun, because be happy to have you back again. So this has been an experimental mechanic evening of the Actor's Dungeon. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. I just want to quickly open the floor if anybody else has anything they wanted to share. We've got some new posts coming up next week. Shauna has created a lovely video for us that I'm excited to share. All right. If that's it, everybody, we will say goodnight and look forward to seeing you in 1 week for, knock on wood, all goes well. We have no storms or, it feels bad saying, or if we have no people, paying work. But, I want people to have paying work. It would just be great if it also wasn't on a Saturday night, but, we all have to take what we can get when we can get it. Have a good night, everybody. We really appreciate you being here with us, and can't wait to see you next time.
Take care.
Bye.